喂，Hello，大家好啊，歡迎翻嚟我哋 Alone 嘅遊戲影片啦。咁啊，經過咗上一集嘅第一章之後呢，我就發覺喺遊戲裏邊呢所執到嘅文件啊、檔案啊、資料啊、任務指示啊，甚至乎連主角嘅臨場反應呢，呢啲所有嘢呢，佢都係有語音播放嘅。嗱，雖然我自己呢都幾中意呢個設計，咁但係呢，要全部內容都聽晒嘅話呢，實際上又要用多好多時間。咁所以咧，由今集開始咧，我就會做啲取捨啦。如果執翻嚟嘅文件嗰啲唔係咁重要嘅，對個劇情又冇乜推進嘅，又或者係同啲線索冇乜關係嘅話咧，咁我就未必會停低嚟聽晒全部啦。咁因為畢竟始終就係話喺一個遊戲裏邊嘅解謎部分啊，就已經需要用到一啲時間啦。如果我再嘥埋啲時間去睇埋晒啲無關重要嘅嘢，即係譬如嗰啲報紙咧嚇，仲有一大篇嗰啲咧，咁樣嘅話咧，就會俾佢拖長咗我成個影片時間啦。去到大家睇嘅時候咧，亦都可能會覺得悶添啊。咁所以冇辦法啦，就唯有係咁樣啦。OK，咁我哋就繼續翻遊戲啦嚇。
This talisman brought me back from the French Quarter in the blink of an eye. If Jeremy can travel so easily, then he could be hiding anywhere, even Tarawea. If he can do it, so can I. I just need to figure out how the talisman works.
Paul, you're right about the plates on the boiler and the clock. They have been sabotaged, and I think I know who did it.
Saw your notice in the boiler room.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is DeSeto's chief doctor.
Looks like all the patients are accounted for, except for Jeremy. Oh. Stained. Looks like some kind of... This one... looks like...
If it wasn't for the collection of peculiar statues, the old astronomical clock would draw every eye in the room. To Conby, it wasn't the intricate clockwork that stood out, but the odd-looking plate on the inside.
The plate that held the talisman in the seance room. But it's broken and missing some pieces.
Yeah, sorry, Detective. Didn't mean to obstruct justice or anything.
That's fine.
You know, I'm kind of busy with my own case of a missing person. I was wondering if you've seen Grace, a girl about yay high?
I can't say that I have. Why are you asking?
I'm looking for her.
Is she in trouble?
No. She's just hiding somewhere. We can't have a rascal like that running around unchecked. A time like this, you understand?
Well, I haven't seen her.
Well, let me know if you find her. I'll be around. I'll keep an eye out for your man, Jeremy. You scratch my back, Detective, and I'll scratch yours.
McCarthy reminded Detective Conby of an old barfly he used to know. He detested him.
Looks like everything's back to normal here. Huh. How eccentric.
I did it! I crossed the threshold.
What are these symbols? Looks like alchemy or star constellations.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long.
The simple astrology cipher was a favorite among the artists who lived in the house 20 years ago. They easily turned into numbers when needed.
The artist colony. I remember hearing about their disappearance. Must have been 15 years or more now. These paintings got some grim-looking rot on them. Got it.
Detective Conby had a hard time understanding what had happened. It did feel similar to when he was pulled into the French Quarter.
Oh, what happened? Everything's normal again? Right.
Lost Plantations of Louisiana, Thierry Briclot, 1917. Derceto was a small plantation on the eastern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. The land was considered difficult for industry and was sold for only $30 to Elijah Pickford in 1818. Pickford employed hundreds of workers from nearby New Orleans to clear the woods and build a small plantation mansion facing the lake with a striking Greek Revival temple facade. Derceto kept a modest production of barrique tobacco.
What the hell is going on? Got it. Hey. Now we're talking. Huh? What? I think I've seen this somewhere. I think the clock broke. Or maybe it just stopped at a very precise place. There's a picture in the black glass. It's showing me something. It's the hallway outside Jeremy's room.
As his pride faded, Detective Conby was left with a feeling of unease. He had successfully managed to enter a whole new world. How could this be? And why did he accept this so readily? One thing was clear. There were no answers to be found by standing around questioning reality, knowing only what he read in the commonplace book.
I made it. I entered another one of Jeremy's memories. Ugh. Locked.
May 1923, Monday. All okay, ready for delivery. Maintenance, oil pump must be serviced.
Huh. Pretty weak. I just need something to break it. It's the hateful mound Jeremy talked about in his book.
Don't come any closer. I'm armed.
Get that thing out of my face.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm just a detective trying to find something called Tarawea.
You after Jeremy too? Why?
I'm working for his niece. She wants to make sure he's all right.
He might be unharmed, but far from all right. He's a curse upon Deseto.
Here we go again.
Quiet.
Oh, Christ in heaven.
It was a bust. The oil rig and the hateful mound led him nowhere closer to finding Jeremy. Conby was sure he had struck gold when he found Jeremy's bag, but it was just a trap set by Lottie, another of Deseto's orderlies. Things got out of hand real quick, but somehow Conby managed to find his way back to Deseto, none the wiser.
Reflections on the Power of the Verb in Certain Texts by Juan Luis Jorge. To act is in itself...
It's wedged shut. It worked. I don't think I have everything I need.
The Barlow lens. Instructions. To double the magnification of your telescope, simply fit this Barlow lens to your...
It's wedged shut. It worked.
Detective Conby, how good of you to come. Let me pour you a drink.
What happened here? This place looks like it was hit by a bomb.
Welcome to the madhouse, Detective.
Thanks. Did the ceiling just collapse?
I heard it was something in the attic, something that was supposed to happen but didn't. How that could have such consequences is beyond me. The truth is, I don't know why the room looks like this. But I bet your friend Jeremy does.
You know where I could find him?
Oh, somewhere in his past, I suppose. He keeps going on about that mysterious dark man. I think he is hiding from him. Or maybe he's with him. I can't really keep up. I don't worry much. Take a look around this room. You may think it looks spectacularly devastated, but I just think it's finally found its stride. It fits perfectly with the state of this place and its
Loonies. The same goes for the nonsense with Jeremy. In my eyes, we finally managed to match the wild ride inside all of us.
Well, I'm happy you find the evening so harmonious. I hope you don't mind me setting things right. Jeremy's business, that is. This room looks beyond my capabilities.
Good luck, Detective. Hope to see you again soon.
Yeah. Evening, miss.
Ruth seemed like a handful. Her talk about Jeremy and the Dark Man made it sound like she might know something of importance.
Ugh. There's more of that aggressive rot.
On the commonplace of evil, there lies virtue and stark irreverence. Careless.
There's something missing. This must be that kid's room. Why does she seem so familiar? Huh.
Don't you worry, Grace. Go play your game, bleat and bellow with the others. I won't be jealous. There will be more masquerades.
What you got there? You drawing something?
Nothing special. I'm just bored.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I remember you, Mr. Conby.
From where?
Don't touch that. Cassandra wouldn't like it. She wouldn't like it at all.
Do you know where she is?
I'd rather not talk about it. It makes me upset. Besides, she'll be back after the Feast of St. John.
You think?
Yup. It's all on the page, Mr. Conby. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
All right.
I'm gonna go now, if that's okay. I don't like to stay too long in the same place. Mr. McCarthy might find me.
Hey. Is he mean to you?
Not everyone needs to be saved, Mr. Conby. You should know that by now.
Why did that girl look so familiar? Detective Conby just couldn't quite remember. His last few years were clouded by a drunken haze. A haze which now had turned almost opaque. Considering their shared past, Grace had every right to feel slighted, but it wasn't in her nature. She was amused.
Miss Beauregard, I picked up your medicine at the post office today.
So this is where Cassandra Beauregard ended up. There's more of that rot again. Like it's guiding me to do something. But what?
The medicine bottles had stains of rot on the labels, suggesting some greater shape.
The rot made the shape of a snake. There must be something important to find here. Maybe it has something to do with the numbers on the labels. It's another one of those strange... padlocks.
What are you doing in my kitchen? I assure you. No,
I'm sorry.
Promise you. Mr. Hartwood is
I was just
nowhere
looking
near my
for-
kitchen, and neither should you be. Don't make me
I
kick
didn't
you
mean
out
to-
of this house.
Sorry.
Now get out!
Conby was in shock, but also a little embarrassed. The housekeeper was furious to find him searching through the...
It worked. Jeremy? What the hell is going on here? Where's the body?
Conby didn't know what to make of the grotesque vision.
You know, Mr. Waits,
It's another plate for the talisman. Like the other one, it's broken and missing some pieces. Black glass is showing another room. Must be a way to another one of Jeremy's memories.
The odious stench of a flooded cemetery caught him off guard. It was one of the many things that clued Detective Conby in on that this place wasn't the real thing. This was some nightmarish surrogate, patched together by Jeremy's tattered memories. This is why we bury above ground, he thought, and set off to find the chapel that Jeremy had mentioned.
I knew it would work. We're getting good at this, Carnby. Maybe a little too good at this. The Hartwood's family crypt. Emily's family must have deeper roots in New Orleans than I thought. I figured she was a Yankee like me. What's this?
Now, what do we got here?
Got it.
It was the chapel Jeremy had mentioned in his book.
It's blocked. Thank God that's over. Huh.
Please don't touch her. Jeremy. What are you doing here? Everyone's looking for you.
I know, it's all a big mess. No one understands. I'm just trying to keep evil at bay. Just for a little while longer.
You've got to come back with me. Your niece is waiting at Derceto.
Emily? Why would you... My letter. Keep making it worse.
What is going on, Jeremy? How is any of this happening?
I made a terrible promise with some...
The Dark Man. Who is he?
No, don't say his name. He can hear us. He's always listening.
Jeremy, I need to understand what is going on.
I promised him everything. When the sun rises, I will be chained in his sunken desert temple for an eternity. But at least the evil about to awaken in Derceto won't harm anyone outside of that cursed place.
You're acting crazy, Jeremy. I want to help.
There's nothing you can do.
And what's all the business about Tarawea? Why did you want to go there?
Well, I can't go there. Not allowed.
But you wanted to. Can I go? Tell me, will it help me to break your pact? Is there something there that would help?
Why would you give me hope? That's so cruel.
Okay, sounds like we're onto something here. What should I—
Look out! Behind you! Run! Don't let him take you! I've seen so many strange occurrences lately. Memories explode into existence and then burn out like tired glass bulb filaments. Dreamscapes crash down from the stars and sink into the sea. Doors that lead to nowhere and absolutely everywhere at once. With all this reverie, I want to think there's a chance that you found a way to remain alive in some way I cannot fathom. Just like I've learned to navigate with my talisman. Maybe you, with all your knowledge, you somehow knew a way to find me again, perhaps in Tarawea.
Jeremy didn't want to be saved. He felt the need to honor some deal he made with an entity called the Dark Man. Conby wanted to think it was ridiculous, but a brief encounter with that unbearable gloom had shaken him to his core. Conby had seen a lot of bad things in his life, but he had never before been this terrified. After gathering his thoughts, Conby figured he would need to chase after Jeremy in the only place left he could think.
She's dead.
Perosi's body looked unharmed. Conby couldn't figure out how she died, or why this wasn't a bigger upset to the people at Derceto.
How she died, she looks peaceful now.
Emily's here.
Telescope lens. What?
Jeremy had found a way to enter Tarawea, but he wasn't allowed to go. He knew deep down that it was impossible for him to cross that threshold. Instead, he hoped that Perosi would go in his place and burn his library to the ground so he could start again.
Lock that up.
嗱好啦，因為影片時間就差唔多啦，咁所以喺呢一度做個分段先啦。轉頭整埋嗰個望遠鏡咧，咁就會進入第3章噶啦，咁所以就今日就停一停先啦嚇。咁估唔到原來我哋而家喺呢一度咧，唔係什麼咩豪華大屋嚟嘅，而係一間精神病院嚟嘅。唔怪之得喺呢度遇到嘅人咧，都好似有少少怪怪地啊，原來全部都係病人嚟嘅OK，今日就玩到嚟呢一度先啦。OK，多謝晒大家嘅收睇，我哋就下條影片見啦，拜拜。